Hey guys, it's JStars360 here, giving you guys my thoughts going into Despicable Me 2. Now, before I start, let me just summarize real quick what I thought of the first one. I liked it. It was good. I mean, I remember seeing trailers for it and where they showed the trailer where they show like the first minute of the movie, and I thought it was pretty funny. And I saw the movie, and I generally liked it. I mean, it got a lot of laughs out of me. And the sequel, from what I've seen, it looks like it's going to be just as funny. Sorry about that. I had an itch. Anyway, so first off, let me talk about the advertising for the film. They're doing a perfect job advertising this film. In terms of just letting people know about the movie and what it's about, they're doing a perfect job. First off, they released a teaser trailer over a year, like back in March of 2012. That's over a year before the film came out. So very good in terms of letting people know about your movie. And it was a perfect teaser trailer. Like, it didn't have to show anything from the movie. All it had to do was say, hey, we're making it Despicable Me 2. And then they released another trailer. Again, the trailer was just Minions goofing around, then say, hey, Despicable Me 2 coming out next year. Then, in October, they released the second trailer, which, at first, I thought it was a clip from the movie, but I don't really think it's a clip. It might be, but I don't think it is. But if it is, it's really short, just a minute worth of footage, and it really doesn't give away that much. In fact, it makes you want to know more. At the same time, it has funny Minion antics. So again, perfect trailer. Lets you know, gives you a taste of the movie, gets you curious, but at the same time doesn't give anything away. And then they released a third trailer a month or two back, which was also really good in the sense that they finally let us know what's going on in the movie. And the trailer was basically what I guess is an abridged version of the first 10 to 15 minutes. So we get a sense of the story and the new characters, but the film doesn't give anything away. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be lots of funny moments, but they're smart enough not to show them in the trailer. Like, one of the mistakes the first Despicable Me made was I think they showed some of the funny, not all the funny bits, but they did show like one or two of the funniest bits in the trailer. Like the "It's so fluffy" line. But this movie, it's like, I know the plot going in, but I feel like there's a lot of gags they're saving for it. So in that end, I think it's going to be good. It's a lot of laughs. But at the same time, I'm a little concerned. For a couple of reasons. Number one is Elusive Entertainment. They're the guys who made this movie. I mean, they're still a relatively new studio, and this Despicable Me's really been their only big hit. I mean, they did this movie called Hop, which I didn't see. I don't think anyone saw it. Then they did The Lorax, which I really didn't like. It was alright. It just felt kind of babyish. And they had these bear characters that I guess were these forest creatures who kind of were. They felt like stand-in for the Minions. So I'm really afraid that all these guys know how to do is just do a simple childish story and get lots of laughs. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying they're not gonna appeal to an older audience if they keep doing that. And again, I've already said Monsters. You already know my criticism for Monsters Inc. for how there wasn't much to it. But I don't think it's gonna hurt Despicable Me because again, I mean, if the story's simple, I'm going to forgive it if there's lots of laughs, and I trust there's going to be lots of laughs. Like, if this movie can just keep me laughing the entire time, I'm going to like it. It's probably like a 7 or something. It's definitely one of the few, the one animated film I'm really looking forward to. There's like one other, which I'll talk about eventually. But this is one I think I'm looking forward to. Also, although there is one thing that I'd like them to improve on in this movie is that get a funnier. They need a funnier villain. Like the villain in the first movie, Vector, he was all right, but he wasn't the most memorable part of the movie. Like you could have had someone a lot funnier. And it looks like they're getting, and they got, and I'm a little concerned about the villain in this one because Originally Al Pacino was supposed to play him, but then like a few weeks ago, he dropped out and they replaced him with some other actor. Now the problem with that is that they recorded I think they recorded all the lines way back in early 2011, and then I think they recorded the dialogue, then animated the characters, so that way they could animate the characters based on the recording. So the thing was, when Al Pacino stepped out, they had already animated his character probably based on how he performed. So the performance of the villain is based on how Al Pacino delivered his lines. So now this actor comes in and he has to match up his movements, match up what he does to the animation. So I'm concerned that the villain's actions and stuff might be out of sync, or that the actor they got to replace Pacino might not be able to capture I lost my train of thought. Either it's gonna feel like it's either gonna be out of sync because the actor is base his performance on the animation. Yeah, it's that. He's trying to base his performance on the animation. And sorry, it's just so hot in here. But anyway. So that's my concern. Another concern I have is hopefully the film will remember the Minions aren't the only characters that are funny. I mean, I like seeing the Minions, but I hope the writers remember that they have these other characters who are just as funny, and if you use them well, they can also get some laughs. Like you have Gru, obviously. You have that scientist guy whose name I forget. You have the three little girls, and you can also bring in new characters. So don't rely on the Minions too much. Also, don't fall. One thing I'm concerned about is it looks like Gru's going to be out doing saving the world, and I really hope that the film doesn't make the mistake of just writing stuff for the other characters. Like, well, we're going to have Gru's story, and then we're going to have a not-so-interesting story of everyone else, where it's like, it's not really that interesting, it's just the writers need to give the other characters something to do. So maybe find a way to work the other characters into the story. I mean, don't force it, but I'm just worried it's going to be like, we're going to be watching Gru do all this funny stuff, and maybe the Minions, they should let the Minions tag along, but, or it's like Gru will be saving the world, and then we'll cut to the Minions doing something back at home, or the little girls doing something. Again, not saying, it's just a concern I have. But yeah. And also, another concern I have is, Elusive Entertainment's a new studio, and I don't really know if they can do sequels yet. But we'll wait and see. Because Despicable Me is like the only thing they have going for them that's really a big hit. Everything else is just, I mean, it's been done alright, but nothing big. So, I hope that Elusive Entertainment does this. This is a hit for them, because if they can't do a sequel, I don't want them just to be known for the first Despicable Me. I want them to be like Blue Sky, where 10 years later they're still saying from the makers of Ice Age, like, move on, make other hits. But yeah. Will I see Despicable Me 2 in theaters? Probably not, but I'm probably going to make more of an effort to see it than Monsters University. Again, I think it'll be good. It's definitely going to, I think if they can keep the humor the same, get positive response. If they do come up with a more interesting story, I'll definitely I'll definitely enjoy it. And what was I gonna say? Financially, it's gonna do really well. Like let me just bring up real quick how well the first film did. First film, really well. We are at 500. I'm predicting this film's probably going to make around 500 as well. Overall, maybe 600 or 700. It's going to do really well. A lot better. I'm predicting it's going to make more than the first one, just because the first one was a big hit. A lot of people are probably going to be looking forward to seeing this. So yes, just summarize. At first I had my doubts, but I think this is going to be a good movie. I mean, I don't think it's going to be an amazing film, but I definitely think I'm going to, when I finish watching the film, I'll be glad I saw it. Again, probably not going to go see it in theaters. I'm probably going to wait until it comes out on DVD or something, rent it. But I will see it, don't worry. And yeah, this is J Star Wars 360, signing out. Next time I do one of these my thoughts going into videos, it's going to be on the Lone Ranger. And so yeah. Oh, yeah, and also be sure to check out my review below of Despicable Me, the original, the first one. Yeah. So, J Star Wars 360, signing out.